Buenos dias. Sometimes that thing doesn't like focus on me and it makes me a little bit blurry. And I'm okay with that. Good morning, y'all. I think we're all here, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, baby. All right. I'd like you to start this morning in a seated position. Thank you for joining me so much. Thank you. I'd like you to start in a seated position. And if sitting down cross-legged is uncomfortable, you can sit with your legs folded underneath you or just grab a stool or a chair that's nearby. And if you have a block, a yoga block, go grab a yoga block. And you can either sit on the end of the block cross-legged or you can sit in supported Virasana. In the morning, I like to have this on the medium height just because I'm not quite warmed up yet. And I place that block between my ankles and sit back on it like so. And then you can make little tiny minor adjustments, but that's about in the right spot. Okay, so that's supported Virasana. Otherwise, you can sit cross-legged. And I sit on the short end of the block rather than this way. But again, that's a personal preference. It just seems to be the right width for your sit bones to balance on. And so sitting cross-legged or in supported Virasana, go ahead and settle into that seat. Or again, as I said, on a stool or maybe the edge of your sofa. Right? So not leaning back on anything, sitting uptight. No, don't sit uptight, sit upright and not uptight. Good. And let your hands rest on your thighs or your knees. Good. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Okay, so if that feels okay and you don't mind looking a little bit funny, you can do the same thing. And this time when you exhale, stick your tongue out. So you're doing a lion's breath. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Good. I also like to do that with my eyes closed. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. And exhale through your mouth. Stick your tongue out as far as you can. Let's do that one last time. Breathe in. And exhale it out. Keep your eyes closed. Relax your lips closed and just observe. And you can see how a few lion's breaths might bring you to relax your neck and shoulders and jaw. So you can do that at any time during the day. You can even do it if you're working at your desk. Breathe in, lift your arms up to frame your head, look up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, twist to your right. So take the left hand forward and down and the right hand back behind you. On your inhale, come back through center, lifting both arms up. And as you exhale, take a twist to your left. Right hand forward and down, left hand back. We'll move like that 2 more times on the breath. Breathing in, lift the arms up. And exhale, twist. This time to your right. The thing about these movements, breathe in, lift your arms up. And exhale, twist. They're connected to your breath, and your breath might be different than my calls. Breathe in, lift your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lift your arms up. So always move on your own breath. And exhale, twist in the other direction. Good. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, lower your arms down. Leave your right hand on the floor or the seat, the space next to you. Lift your left arm into the air. Breathe in here, and as you exhale, Put a little bend in your right elbow, reach out and over towards the right with those left fingertips. You're creating a nice long stretch through the left side body first and contracting the right. And yes, I'm mirroring you. Breathe in here. And exhale, reach out and over. Let that left hip stay nice and heavy. Next inhale, come back up to center. And lower the left hand down towards the floor. Lift the right arm up on that breath in. And exhale, reach out and over towards your left. Put a little bend in your left elbow. Keep that right hip nice and heavy. And breathe into your right side. And out. So you're always moving on your own breath at your own rate. And out. Good. Inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. Okay, so if you're on your seat away from your mat, go ahead and make your way onto your mat. If you're on your block, we're all going to join each other in our separate spaces on our hands and knees. Good. And we'll take a couple of cow-cat here. So breathe in, curl your toes under, arch your back, gaze slightly forward and up. And on your exhale, round your spine, bring your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, curl your toes under, arch your back, gaze slightly forward and up. And on your exhale, round. Good. Inhale, come to neutral, flat back. And as you exhale, send your seat back towards your heels in child's pose. Breathe in, come forward to hands and knees. On your exhale, bend your elbows and lower yourself down to your mat. In one piece if you can. Lift each leg up one at a time so you feel the hip points starting to make contact with your floor or your mat. And on your next breath in, lift your chest, neck, and head into Cobra Pose. And as you exhale, lower your forehead to your floor, to your mat. So Cobra Pose again, breathing in, lifting the chest, neck, and head. There is pressure in my hands. And exhale, lower down. Tops of your feet are pressing into your mat or the floor. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. So 2 more like that. Breathing in. And out. Last one, inhale, lift up. And exhale, forehead to the floor. All right, now press everything up into hands and knees and exhale back to down to child's pose once more. Relax your tongue and your jaw. Good. All right, bring yourself back towards hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Move your wrists just in front of your shoulders and lift your hips up and back and press into downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, let's walk it a little bit. So let one heel sink to the floor and the other lift. So as if you were walking in place here. And as you do that, you might notice that the back body starts to move forward. Shoulders start to move forward. So keep moving the shoulders back, moving the back and the torso towards the thighs, even as you walk. And then let's slow that down. Let your left heel sink, your right knee stay bent. Switch, let your right heel sink, your left heel lift. Good. Both heels sink towards the floor. Bring your feet close together. Lift your right thigh up into the air. Good. Now bend the right knee and open it out to the side. So you're kind of like a fire hydrant here. And then extend the knee now. So straighten the knee out. Reach that foot out to the side and then bring it in and lower your right foot down to the floor. Good. Feet are together. Left thigh lifts into the air, straight up and back. And then there's an external rotation. Bend that knee and reach it out to the side. And then straighten. Good. Internal rotation as the left foot comes back down to meet the right. Breathe in, come to plank pose. And on your exhale, drop your knees and lower everything down to the mat. Point your toes. Inhale, lift into cobra. And exhale, lower your forehead to the floor. Curl your toes under, press up to hands and knees. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. Next, inhale, look forward between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Breathe in, come halfway up as you arrive. And exhale, fold. Let's take ragdoll here. So ragdoll gives a little bit of more, just a tad more weight to the fold, especially through your spine. It gives you a little more traction, if you will. So your forearms are crossed and you're grabbing hold of opposite elbows. And the back of your neck can relax, so you can even bring your chin toward your chest. Now switch the cross of your forearms so the other one is on top or in front. Bring the weight of your body towards the front of your feet. And then move it towards the back. Good. Forward and back. Just feel how that is across the soles of your feet. So all these little tiny movements and adjustments allow us to give the mind something to focus on, right? So we don't start to exercise and then kind of let the mind drift off into our to-do list. On your next breath in, lift your chest forward and exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe in, lift your chest forward, reach your arms wide, and then up towards the ceiling. As you come to stand and exhale, palms touch, bring them to rest in front of your chest. All right, so why do we want to give our mind something to do when we're doing, right? Breathe in, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Because we know our minds have a tendency to roam. Breathe in, lift your chest forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your right foot way back and lower your right knee down to the mat. Here you can pad your knee if you like. So fold your mat over and give it a little extra padding if you like. Press into the top of that back foot, the right foot, so you really can get everything adjusted there and not feel any tingling through the knee. Breathe in, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, release your hips forward and down. So we explore the sensations in our body. We sense them and we spend less and less time checking out. Like checking out as in leaving the hotel, right? And we stay in. Breathe in here. And exhale, hands to the floor. All right, now keep your right hand on the mat, but let it be light and lift your left arm into the air. Breathe in here. Stay as you exhale. Squeeze your navel around to the left. Good, one more breath in here. And on your exhale, take your left hand to the floor. Curl the right toes under. Step the left foot back to meet the right. You're in plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale back to downward facing dog. And the more that we have our awareness around that capacity, that tendency to roam with our minds, to check out, breathe in, look forward between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lift your chest halfway up as you arrive. And exhale, fold over your legs. The more that we see that we do that on our mats and we check back in, breathe in, reach your arms around and up. The more we stay checked in our daily living, our daily activities. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your arms up to frame your head. And actually exhale, check in again. Lower your arms back down. So that posture that we just did, the crescent lunge, we had the right leg back. So right now, close your eyes and feel in this area. Sense the area around that right hip flexor And since we have left and right, we can compare. Notice how it is a little bit different in the left one, right? And see that with your eyes, feel that in your body, check in, right? So we start to check in, and it becomes more of a habit so that the tendency of our mind to roam, breathe and lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs, is reduced. Inhale, come halfway up, lift our chest forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your left foot way back. Pad the knee if you like, so fold your mat over there. Lower the left knee down, top of that back foot onto the floor. Push into that knee lift just a little bit, and then you settle it back down. Inhale, lift your arms up to frame your head. Stay here as you exhale. Breathe and lift up and back. Stay here breathing and close your eyes even. And the sensations that come into the physical body, right, bring the mind's attention, awareness to it. So these activities, the breath, exhale your hands to the floor. Keep the left hand light on your mat. So don't sink into that hand. Really keep it light and lift your right arm into the air. Breathe. Stay as you exhale. Inhale here. Exhale your right hand to the floor. Curl your left toes under. Breathe into plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. So one of the things we want to do in our practice, and the purpose, if there is one, is to reduce the tendency of our mind to roam. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, come into that half forward fold. Exhale, fold over your legs. Full forward fold. Inhale, long spine, reach your arms around and all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. You know how sometimes you'll be practicing with me and I'll forget which side I'm on, right? So close your eyes here and now bring your awareness back to the hip flexors, back to the pelvic bowl and just below them, right where that crease is, in the fronts of your thighs, perhaps where you felt the stretch or the sensation in your legs. And notice how the two sides feel, perhaps a little more balanced, right? Sometimes I can't remember which side, and it is because my mind has roamed from the task at hand. Inhale, lift your arms up and sit back into Utkatasana. So fierce pose or chair pose. And we sent our weight into the heels and into the front of the feet when we were in the forward fold before in ragdoll. So try that here. See where the weight sits on your feet as you sit a little bit lower. Squeeze the little knees towards each other. Breathe in here and exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Some people like to jump into Chaturanga Dandasana. Otherwise, you can step back to plank pose. Inhale here. On your exhale, we'll move into Chaturanga, but we're going to do it with knees down here. So let the knees drop and lower halfway down. So bend the elbows back. So you're in 90 degrees around the elbows. Point the toes behind you. Pull your chest forward and up. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your thighs. You are in upward facing dog. And we're staying here. So breathe in. So if you zipped past this posture and went right into down dog, come back. All right? Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Engage the low abdominal muscles. Push into the hands. Lift out of your shoulders. There's my neighbor. Breathe in here. And on your exhale, press back to downward facing dog. My neighbor across the street, right? She is a wonderful woman. As far as I know, we cheer at 7 o'clock and we see each other and wave. And now we've got each other's phone numbers and we text each other. So my mind easily roamed to what I saw. Breathe in, look forward between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk, step, or hop your feet to the front. Inhale halfway up as you arrive. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. So you see how easy it is to be taken away from the task at hand. Inhale, arms reach around and up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that one more time. Surya Namaskar A. Breathing in, lift your arms up. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. That happens all day long, all night long even. Breathing in, come halfway up. Not all night long. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back. So if you'd like to work on jumping back, lean forward, right? Put some weight into the hands, push into the mat, and then you can do a little hop back like that, and you'll end up in plank, right? We're eventually going to land in Chaturanga, but you're just trying to get that idea of lightly stepping your feet back. Now, with or without the knees, you lower halfway down, point your toes, lift into upward facing dog, pause for a full breath in and out, strengthen your thighs, right? So you're not in a hammock, you're really strong through your thighs and you're lifting up through the top crown of your head. Next, exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Right? And it's not a bad thing that we see and we are distracted or drawn away from what we're doing. It's really a survival skill. Breathe in and out here. Right? Imagine if you were so focused on one thing in the middle of a plain or a prairie or a farm, gathering your food. Breathe in, look forward. At the bottom of your exhale, walk, step, or hop it to the front. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. And a predator saw you, and you could have seen the predator if you caught the movement in the corner of your eye, but you were so focused. Breathe in, reach your arms around and up. On your task at hand, exhale your hands to your heart, that you didn't allow that distraction, that roam, that tendency to move, right? So it serves a purpose. Breathe in, lift your arms up, sit back, Utkatasana. Good, stay here as you exhale. Breathe in and exhale, fold. It serves a purpose, but there are so many distractions now available to us, right, that don't affect our survival. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your right foot way back. So you're in low lunge. Now I'd like you to rotate that right heel down to the floor. So you're at about a 45-degree angle with the back foot, right? Left knee stacked over ankle, lift yourself up. You are now in the butt base. You're standing in warrior one. Let's let the upper body join. Lift your arms up, breathe in here. Stay as you exhale. One more breath in. And out, lower your arms, straighten the front knee. Okay, hands to your hips, breathe in here. And exhale, fold forward. Let the hands come down to the floor or the shin if the floor is really far away, because some of you have nice long legs. Breathe in here and exhale, fold. Good. Next inhale, let's bend that left knee a little bit and walk the right foot up to meet it. Breathe in, come halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, sit back, Utkatasana, fierce or chair pose. And exhale, stand and lower your arms. Right? So breathe in, lift up, sit back, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your left foot way back. Step it back as far as you can, right knee stacked over the ankle. Right? Light on the thumbs and fingertips. Breathe in here. And exhale, let's lower the left heel down to the mat. Right? So it's kind of pointing up towards that left upper corner of your mat. Now, lift yourself up. Hands are on the hips at first. See that right knee tracking over your ankle. Good. Bring the arms into the air for warrior one. Breathe in here. Stay as you exhale. One more breath in and out. Good. Lower your hands back to your hips. Straighten your front knee. Breathe in here, and on your exhale, let's fold forward. Let your hands move to the shin, right, or to the floor. Finger and thumb tips lightly on the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. This practice here, this posture here, the Sanskrit translate into intense side stretch. So you should feel a stretch through the side and back of the leg here. You may breathe in here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's bend that right knee, lifting the back heel. Start to step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Lift your arms around and all the way up. Press through your feet. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Close your eyes. Hands at the heart center. And feel the practice so far, how it's affected your body. The physical body, and now perhaps the mind as well. Because in all of this, the tendency of the mind to roam continues. But in our practice of observation, of witness, we begin to see that tendency. We begin to see the roaming. And we can use tools like the postures and our breath to slow it down and eventually to cease the roaming. Good. Now let your chin drop towards your chest. Let your eyes flutter open. Lower your hands down. Lift your gaze. Good. Breathing in, lift your arms around and up. On your exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees. Plant your hands. Step into plank pose. Full breath in plank pose. On your exhale, let's lower to child's pose. So drop your knees down, uncurl your toes, send your seat back towards your heels. Come into child's pose. If child's pose does not feel comfortable for you, go ahead and lay on your stomach with your forehead resting on the backs of your hands. And then wherever you are, let's all come onto our backs, please. We'll take one bridge pose here. So the feet come underneath the knees, right? So you lay down, feet underneath the knees, heels underneath the knees. And your arms are alongside your body. With your arms next to your body, upper arms especially, hugged in towards the rib cage. Bend your elbows and point your fingertips towards the ceiling, right? Feet are flat on the floor. If you have a block, now is a nice time to take the block and place it between your thighs. But if you don't have a block, don't worry about it, right? A block's just a little added accessory. Press into your feet, lift your hips up, squeeze the block if you're using it, press into your upper arms, lift your sternum, the front of your rib cage, a little bit higher, press into the elbows, squeeze the upper arms a little closer in. Maybe they start to come under the body. Now straighten your arms out and interlace your hands beneath you. Keep squeezing that block and breathe. Right, so you squeeze the block. You breathe. You lose the focus and concentration and you start to hold your breath or shorten it or squeeze the block a little bit less or push into your feet a little bit less. Then you remember and you reactivate. You bring your mind back and you reactivate. One more breath in here. Good. Now release your hands, lift your heels, lower your hips and your heels. Maybe move the block to the side if you were using it. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. Take your feet down to the floor. Separate them as wide as your mat. So at least as wide as your mat. And let both knees fall over towards the right. Take a breath in here. And then let both knees fall over to your left. A little breath in and out here. Good, knees back to center. Structured rest, knees fall together. Classic rest, straighten the knees and let your feet be as wide as your mat, if not wider. Arms alongside you, eyes closed, just for a moment, just for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. You can afford 1 minute of rest. Okay, take a deep breath in and let it out. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead, stretch your body nice and long. On your exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Take your hands to the backs of your thighs, rock yourself up to sit. Good. As you come up, bring your hands one over the other, over the center of your chest. Bow your chin towards your chest. Just turning inwards. Giving your mind a little smile. A little, it's okay to roam, but I see you now. I witness this. Instead of becoming this, roaming, wandering. And you can see and focus. Breathe in and out. Open your eyes, lower your hands, lift your gaze. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I started my new online platform yesterday with some of you. Thank you for joining to help me out and test that. And we are launching on Monday. So if you'd like to join in, send me an email, rebecca@rebeccasoul.com. And other times for the rest of your week, tomorrow, today, have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.